doing like yes can be rattled in the same way that the ego sometimes, despite the fact that Iga's career is 100 times more glittering in terms of Grand Slams in particular. It's unbelievable that, you know, we're talking about someone who's won 6 Grand Slams here, and yet there is a feeling through periods over the last 5 years that you can just sort of rattle her a little bit. And we saw it especially in the first half of last year, but there have been other periods as well, like post unbeaten run in 2022, I think it was, when she loses at Wimbledon, and then until she then wins the US Open. So
John, just a quick question. Sorry to interrupt. My question for you is, you say she gets rattled. I totally agree. To me, though, it comes from within. I don't think it has anything to do with any particular opponent. She can get down on herself and get very pessimistic. And she's always tense out there.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
What happened, and looking over some of the stats, something very interesting. She double faulted 5 times, which for her is actually not all that much, and they all came in the first set. So her percentage of first serve in, which in a match like this, a bad loss for her, is notoriously very low. It was quite high. Quite high. So she obviously is trying to take a new approach for Coco on the serve. She's trying to take something off the first serve and just get the ball in so she doesn't double fault. Is that the right strategy? I don't know if that leans into who she is.
Yeah, that's a strategy call rather than a biomechanics improvement as well. It'll be interesting to see how I think she should pursue the situation with Gavin, because I think it took Sabalenka a good 6 to 12 months to see. I think he began with her at some point in 2022, and it was probably another sort of 6 to 12 months. So let's see if that pans out. But listen, I did not see this result coming at all. Not just the comfort, but even Svitolina winning. I had Goff coming through possibly in 3. I'd seen a lot of good performances from Coco since the US Open, when she didn't really perform, I don't think, but through the back end of last year, but especially in Australia and also the United Cup as well, when she got her, as now seems to be, comfortable win over Iga, which seems to be a new trend. So I didn't see this kind of performance from Coco, or this win in the manner it was from Svitolina as well.
Svitolina is really a different player since she came back from maternity leave. She's hitting the ball a lot harder. She's playing patterns. She's playing with a lot of precision. She knew her strategy was go to the forehand, make balls, and Coco missed a ton of forehands, whether they were forced or unforced, call them what you will, errors. They were errors. So Svitolina, she's also one of the most mentally tough players on tour. I've seen her completely handcuffed and Houdini herself out of those situations. She's an incredible player, really a great mover. She, in my mind, Svitolina can win any match against anybody, given a certain situation. I have a question about Sabalenka, though, on the biomechanics coach. Now, I remember she had the problems with the yips.
Yep. Well, he tries. He didn't entirely convince me. He said, because it's his job, possibly. Gavin said that it was more, it wasn't mental. So obviously yips, of course, is a mental thing, right? Coming from golf. Do you play golf, by the way?
Badly, but yes. Do you?
So, no, I don't know.
Oh.
But I'm obviously aware of the yips, and of course we see it in tennis quite a bit when people are just so sort of lacking in confidence and belief that they're hitting double faults in particular so frequently, and it does look like that to the casual observer. He is insistent that it was a mechanical or biomechanical issue, as in like she's doing something wrong that is causing it. I think that might be him also playing a psychology game here, whatever. But anyway, it worked. Whatever it was, it worked.
My question, though, was that she had famously said that she just fixed it herself. Remember?
Okay. Did she say that? Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So
she said she had been seeing a sports psychologist, and with everything that Iga does, someone asked her, did the sports psychologist help you? And she said, no, I just sort of fixed it myself.
There's a couple of interviews out there. One was from us, and I think it's a good one, but there's also one with Gavin in the wake of her Aussie Open win of 2023, with Jack Edward as well. Do check that out. On the Line, I think is the name of the podcast. It's also an excellent one, just in the wake of that win. And he goes into detail. He doesn't talk, let's say, about the psychological element. I wasn't aware of those comments. It looks like, I mean, I think there was a tournament sometime in 2022, I think at the beginning of 22 in Australia, and the second serve is hitting the bottom of the net, and it didn't look like a mechanical issue. Let's say that. Maybe it was that double faults was, let's say, a psychological thing, but maybe there was also a way of refining the mechanics to go from being a good server to an unbelievable server. But I remember her serve when it was landing in was normally pretty potent. But I'm sure there was other elements to her game. There was a lot of good things coming. I mean, the team have obviously always been pretty tight with Aryna, and I always thought that she was more than happy to keep Gavin on board. From what I understand, it was Gavin's decision to move to Coco's team. I don't know much more about it. I don't think it was necessarily. I don't think the Sabalenka team were overly happy, let's say. But it is what it is. And, you know, as much as I love certain jobs that I have in my life, ultimately, if somebody else with a better condition scenario, let's say, I'm probably going to move on, as loyalty will only get you so far. So it is what it is. But Coco hasn't really borne any fruits yet in terms of that change. But Sabalenka, well, whatever influence he had on Sabalenka, it's obviously long lasting because it hasn't dropped since he left Sabalenka's team, because she went on to win the US Open, and she's in another Australian Open semi-final once again. I did watch her match today against Jovic, or yesterday. I don't know which day, which time zone
Me
we're in.
too.
But,
Me too.
yeah. But I tell you what I will say is the wobble, because she did have a couple of wobbles in the previous rounds. Double breakup on Mboko in the second set, and suddenly she's into a tie break. Double breakup on a Potapova as well, and suddenly the serve we just talked about sort of went off a bit, albeit Potapova was playing really well and was playing really aggressive on the second serves of Aryna in particular. But Sabalenka in tie breaks, 20 in a row she's won at the Grand Slam level.
Crazy. That's like, I would say it's Novak-like, but I think she beat Novak's record.
Oh, and, yeah, right. I saw a tweet from Novak. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yeah. Just incredible ability. And if you think about Sabalenka early in her career, you could draw errors out of her in certain pressure situations because she's going to go for it no matter what. But she's pulled back. She's really contained herself, and she's gone into, you know, lockdown mode in those tiebreakers where she's not going to make those errors of trying to change direction too soon, or trying really risky shots. She just doesn't do that anymore, and she lets the opponent beat themselves in those tiebreakers.
The head-to-head, by the way, 5-1 for Sabalenka does make sense to me, and I can tell you this as well. I think that they will be happy to not be playing Coco Gauff, bearing in mind how Coco has frustrated Aryna Sabalenka before on some of the grander stages, including on a hard court. Think back to the US Open final of 2023, for example. I also remember going into that French Open final, looking at one particular stat that stood out. I still tipped Sabalenka to win that, but there was one stat that stood out for me pre-match. Now, of course, Clay a lot slower, but still, I was like, wow, look at these stats for Coco against Aryna when it goes. This is before the final, looking at their previous matches. Looking at when the rallies go long, as in, like, I think over 8 shots, it was like, and that's what happened as soon as it went sort of 7, 8, 9 shots in that French Open final, and Aryna would pull the trigger, but it would be pulled out of frustration because she just couldn't hit. The only player probably on the planet that Aryna hasn't been able to hit through, even Iga, she can hit through. She just can't hit through Coco. Now, I do think in Australia a little bit better, because obviously she has played her in Australia in the semifinals of 2024, but that was a knife edge match where that first set Coco was serving for it and probably should have taken it. And, you know, I just think that they'll be quietly, they won't ever express it publicly, but I think they'll be happy to be playing Svitolina and not Coco.
That's a really good point. And it would have been a very interesting match. And, you know, the fact that the women are best of three, the result can be a little bit more random than
A
what
little
you
bit,
would
yeah.
think.
Hmm.
So that I think that would have been an interesting match had Coco been in top form and had the demons
Yeah,
been quelled on the serve.
yeah.
But because the conditions certainly favor Sabalenka. But
I would have still tipped her, but I just probably wouldn't have tipped her with the same level of confidence that I have for her to beat Svitolina personally.
yeah, same, same. This will be a good match, hopefully.
It might go
I,
three. It might go three, but I still just can't see Aryna not winning it.
I think it could be a match that's very similar to the match that Aryna just had against Jovic,
Right. Well,
whereby Svitolina is very competitive in one of the sets. Um,
yeah. Oh,
last
yeah.
night,
She could
last
get
night
a
it was
set.
just one break of serve in the first set, and then good night, see you later.
The Jovic, by the way, that set began a little bit like Alcaraz in terms of the
Mhm.
quality on display. The first 3 or 4 games, or the first 3 games, yeah, even 4 games, even though she lost one of them, her level was just Grand Slam winning, Australian Open winning, US Open winning level. Unbelievable. Jovic just didn't really know what had hit her. I don't think Jovic had really experienced anything quite like this in her career before. It might take her a little bit longer to finally get used to that level. Maybe she needs to practice with Aryna and Elena as well, I think, who hits the ball pretty true too, to really just get familiar with that. But nevertheless, she fought her way back into that set, Jovic, and it was a really, really high quality level, I would suggest, for that first set. And it was a really close set in the end, despite Aryna having that, huge advantage at the beginning of the match. And despite the fact it was 6-3, and you probably don't think it was that special. But actually, Jovic did really well to fight her way back into it. And I think Aryna, when serving it out at 5-3, had to save a couple, maybe even 3 break points.
Yeah.
And you were thinking at that point, well, you know what? I can see this going. And having seen what happened in the previous 2 matches where Aryna had good advantages in sets, only to find herself in a tiebreak, it did have those vibes as well. But once she got that first set, then I think Jovic's level did sort of go back down again, if you like, to how it was maybe at the beginning of the match. And actually, even though the second set was 6-love Aryna, it wasn't as special. It didn't feel as that opening passage when she races into an early lead, 3-1, 3-love, whatever. That was the special bit. The second set felt like Jovic faded a little bit in terms of that level that she was able to produce in the second half of the first set, more than Sabalenka doing anything extraordinary. But the result was standout. It was also standout for me because she'd had a couple of wobbles, and the level from Aryna, I think, at times, particularly on second serve returns against Potapova, was a really strange one, because that's something she normally eats up for breakfast when she has a chance. But she was dumping so many second serve returns into the net against Potapova in particular. But I didn't see that level drop in rounds 3 and 4. She's peaking at the right time, is what I'm saying.
There were so many parallels to the match we just watched, right?
Yeah,
With Alcaraz and Demonar, where the first set, ooh, there's some opportunities. It's competitive. This could really be something. And then, it's just too exhausting. It's mentally exhausting to try to stay with that
exactly.
dominant player for that length of time. But yeah, the thing I noticed was Jovic in the first set was really attacking Sabalenka's second serve, really going for it. And I
Yeah,
thought,
she was.
there
Yeah,
may be something to this.
yeah,
Maybe this is a strategy for players. Who knows?
yeah,
But then she just didn't see that many second serves in the second set. So it's hard to attack something you never get.
indeed. I think we're both going Sabalenka, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go in 2, but one of the sets will be very close.
Indeed, yes. That makes sense as well to me. I'll go straight sets as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. Do let me know in the live chat where in the world you are watching this from. I'm in Western Germany near Cologne. I have my coffee, although not right by my side. That's bad preparation. Which one of Elina Svitolina and Aryna Sabalenka will be better prepared today? Well, we're about to find out. I've gone for a Sabalenka win. Do get voting in the poll that we have on YouTube, but also let me know in the live chat who you think will win, how many sets, and why. I see Tamara here has already gone for a straight sets win. I will now just show you the head-to-head between these two. And if you are an Elina Svitolina fan, maybe it's time to look away right now because the head-to-head is not so favorable. If you want to watch the match, depends on which country you are in. Do let me know in the live chat which country you're in, and maybe we can find a solution. So Sabalenka leading the head-to-head 5-1. I'm going to get the stream up now. Players are on court. Okay, good. Warm-up is about to end. Photographers are in place. Oh, I see Philippousis and Hewitt beat Bagdatis and Safin earlier in the Legends. I thought that was kids for a moment. I was like, wow, these guys are all having kids. Leighton Hewitt and Mark Philippousis won the doubles, the Legends doubles against Bagdatis and Marat Safin. I wonder what Safin's attitude was like or condition, perhaps, for that match. Maybe it was better than it was for the Australian Open final he did make as a professional, bearing in mind these stories about his night before. Okay, so Svitolina Sabalenka about to get underway, as this website suggests. Sabalenka is serving first. So, AO semi-final number 1. Let's go. Good serve down out wide, but a decent return from Svitolina. Now it's Svitolina on the forehand, starting well. Aryna's going to have to serve better than that today. There's Gail Monfils in her box. In Svitolina's box, of course. A good start for Elina. A Svitolina Pegula final. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with any final, actually, amongst these four. Sabalenka Rybakina 2023, bring it on. Let's party like it's 2023 again. Look at that return position. I think players are feeling confident on the second serve of Sabalenka. And that's a decent return. Drop shot. That's not a great drop shot. It's a terrible drop shot. That is not punished by Svitolina. I don't dislike the idea of the drop shot. You're in Uganda, Omadi. Nice. Please hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, do hit subscribe. Oh, that was a chance for Aryna down the line, but she's missed it. 15-30. Okay. Very good start for Svitolina in terms of just making an impression on the Aryna serve, making her think. Aryna gets the first serve in there, but she's missed the backhand. And we're going to have 2 break points. Serve out wide, decent return. Good forehand there from Aryna, though. Svitolina, I'm telling you now, on both first and second serves, is doing really well. Sabalenka's going to have to find her spots a bit better, I think. That's better serving for Aryna. Nice, Aryna, stepping it up, stepping it up, stepping it up. Of course, I think this is her 4th Australian Open semi-final. I think she's won all of the previous 3. She got to the 4th round before losing to Serena Williams in 2021. 4th round, lost to Kai Kanepi in 2022. Lost in the first round to Carla Suarez in Navarro in 2020. Anyway, Sabalenka on top of the rally here. She holds serve for 1 love. But Svitolina can take heart from that game, even if she failed to break serve. Yeah. Okay. 2 break points came and went for Elina Svitolina. We'll take a quick break for some talking tennis merchandise.
Ready? Play.
And if you're wondering what this little thing is, well, let me tell you now, whether it be tea, coffee, or merely water, it tastes so much better from a talking tennis mug. And you know what? They can be yours if you wish to purchase one from our website. We've also got bags and stickers and hoodies and notebooks. Mira Andreeva. T-shirts as well, of course, coming in both black and white. And we've got a classic jumper for you as well, and many, many other things for you to purchase for excellent prices so you can look like some of the coolest people on the tour. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with Svitolina serving, and she's won the first. She's actually won the second point, 15 all. Unreturned serve, 30-15. After Lindsay Davenport and Martina Hingis, Sabalenka is the third player since 1988 to reach 8 consecutive hard-court Grand Slam semifinals. Consistency, hey? By the way, in the 2019 Australian Open, listen to this. So these players are still playing. She beat, this is Sabalenka. She double fault from Svitolina, 30-all. Sabalenka beat Kalinskaya in the first round in straight sets. She beat Katie Bolter in the second round in straight sets. And then in the third round, Sabalenka lost to Amanda Anisimova in straight sets. 2018, unfortunate first round. She lost to Ashley Barty in the first round. And in 2017, she failed to qualify. This is Sabalenka's Aussie Open history. Sabalenka goes long on the return, 40-30 Svitolina. Remember to hit that like button, and if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe. Serve down the tee, decent return on the forehand. Now it's on the Aryna backhand. Backhand to backhand right now, but now, oh, has she gone long there? No, she hasn't. We're still in the rally. Drop shot Aryna, which seems to be a tactic she's keen to use today, but it doesn't work on that occasion, and Svitolina holds. I don't dislike the drop shot tactic, but execution needs to be a little better. That was better than the previous effort, by the way, which sort of landed mid-court. So, Sabalenka to serve at 1-all. Backhand winner. Serve +1 backhand winner for Sabalenka. Oh, lovely backhand down the line there. Aryna Sabalenka purring right now. That's her hitting partner, practice partner, and also, of course, her coach, Bukov. Anton Dubrovov. 40 love. (40-15). Backhand now into the backhand of Svitolina, who's gone long. Sabalenka has held. We will take a quick break.
Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice, actually. I'm just talking at you, if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of homepage, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month, £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win, 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 win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference, Coco Gauff exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid. But these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. For that, Svitolina serving here at 1-2. And it is 15 love. Every sinew being stretched right now from both players. Forehand to forehand right now. Good cross-court shot that from both players. Svitolina on the defense. Pretty high quality this rally. Oh, but she's missed the passing shot, Svitolina. Just missed the coup de grace. Sabalenka smiling. She is as cool as a cucumber right now. She has been here, seen it, and done it. Something's going on, though. Okay, I think it's about grunting. There's no love lost between these two. I wonder if it's about the grunting from Svitolina, which is interesting because Sabalenka is quite famed for her grunt, let's say. So I think it's about the length of the grunt. What a return from Sabalenka, but it's not one to point out right. That drop shot might, though. Oh, has that turned into a winner? I think it has. Svitolina, take a bow. She's chased down the drop shot, which on this occasion was quite well executed. Maybe Alina's quicker than I thought. quicker than Aryna thought. Backhand return is good from Aryna. That's on the forehand of Aryna. That's really good, but well defended from Elina. She's got a racket on it, but we're going to have a smash here for Sabalenka, which she puts away with consummate ease. Sabalenka's won 61% of her points when serving under pressure in this encounter. Neither player hit an ace thus far. We've had a double fault, though, from Elina. Forehand goes long from Aryna Sabalenka, and it's 40-30. Good serve, good return, deuce. Into the rally here on the forehand of both players. Wonderful forehand at the line, but actually Elina's good for it, but she's missed the forehand as a Sabalenka. So it's advantage of Elina Svitolina. Wonderful return. The serve was good. Hitting the service line. But she had it come back with interest. Okay, deuce. Forehand return into the net. Svitolina getting 60% of her first serves in. Not bad. She'd like to get it a bit closer to 70%, I'm sure. 9 winners, though, off the racket of Aryna already. But Alina's the only one who's brought up any break points thus far. She had 2 break points in the opening service game of Sabalenka, but wasn't able to take either. Wonderful forehand winner there from Sabalenka, and we're back to deuce. This feels like an important game regarding the destiny of the first set. And I'm out of coffee. Could be a long morning, if that makes sense. Svitolina misses the first serve by some margin. Okay, Sabalenka inside the baseline, ready to pounce on this second serve. Good return from Sabalenka. She's in charge of this rally. She hits a forehand winner up the line. On this occasion, her radar, compass, and all sorts of measuring things was functioning well. She's had chances like this before in this match already and not been able to take them, but on this occasion, unerringly accurate. Good return from Sabalenka. She's on top of this rally. She's on top of this rally. It's going to go out. It is. Sabalenka gets the break. Svitolina had many game points in that service game, but wasn't able to hold serve. Sabalenka's doing this, which I think means water, not beer, as it does in many international languages. So, 3-1, Sabalenka leads with a break. To the rally right here, right now. Good depth there from both players. That backhand is going to land just in from Sabalenka. Wonderful backhand up the line. She's on the attack. She puts the volley away for 15 love. If Sabalenka just took a few moments to settle in this match, bearing in mind she was 15-40 down on her serve at the beginning of the match, she's well and truly settled now. I think it's a nice matchup for Aryna. You know, body serve there from Aryna. Wonderful passing shot from Elina Svitolina. She's not perturbed by losing her serve. It's 15-30. How am I sounding, by the way? I don't know about my sound. I'm going to check in a moment. Okay, 15-30. Misses the first serve. Second serve here for Svitolina to look at. Backhand return is really good. She's on top of this rally now, Svitolina. Drop shot, though, doesn't work. That's disappointing because she should have won that point. (40-30). Jovic did really well to fight. Game point here for a 4-1 lead for Sabalenka. One backhand winner for Sabalenka. Oh, lovely backhand down the line there. Aryna Sabalenka purring. Okay, 40-30 here. Sabalenka serving. Backhand return from Svitolina is pretty good, but we're at neutral now. Maybe even Sabalenka slightly on top of this rally, and Svitolina goes long. It's 4-1. We'll take a quick break, and during this break, we're going to hear from Aryna Sabalenka when I asked her about the comparisons with the Madrid and Australian Open finals of 2023.
There were some Australian Open final vibes for me today, and I was looking at a couple of comparisons. Australia was 2 hours, 28 minutes. Today was 2:26. I'm sure you weren't aware of that. But I tell you, 4 championship points. Does that sound familiar? And were you thinking of it during that last game?
Actually, yes, I was thinking when I was down with the break in the last game, I was thinking, okay, I did it at the Australia Open, so probably I'll be able to get this win this time again, and it's actually helped me to stay focused and to have this belief in myself. And yeah, definitely this match reminds a lot of Australia Open match.
And we are back. Hi, Daily Dose 7803. Hit the like button. Also, click subscribe on this video and let me know where in the world you are tuning in from, and I might be able to answer your question. Might be able to answer your question. Subscribe on this video. Neutral now, maybe even Sabalenka slightly on top of this rally and Svitolina. Okay, so we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with Svitolina serving here at 1-4, and it is love 15 as well. So this set right now is slipping away from the Ukrainian. Sri Lanka. Okay, let me have a quick look for you. Could be on. Let me have a look. Sony Sports Network. Does that sound familiar? Maybe Sony Sports Network. Svitolina here, 15 all. Backhand return is going to go long there, so it's 30-15. Sabalenka shaking her head. Backhand return from Aryna, forehand from Svitolina's probably not done enough that on that forehand. Now Sabalenka's very much in this rally. A big backhand incoming, and it's won the point, 30 all. Svitolina not doing enough with her forehand there. Okay, 30 all here. Becoming 30-40. We've got a break point now for Aryna Sabalenka. These are difficult moments for Elina. And it's going to be a second serve. And look at Sabalenka's return position inside the baseline. Ready to pounce, but she puts that backhand into the net. That reminded me of the Potapova match when she did that quite a lot on second serves. Svitolina's not happy at the moment, despite winning that last point. Make sure you hit subscribe on this video, so that way you don't miss other matches that we go live for. Sabalenka's gone long on that return, and now it's a game point for Elina Svitolina, reminding Aryna that she's not going anywhere just yet. Just missing the first serve there, Elina. Forehand return from Aryna is sensational. Deuce. Okay, Svitolina here serving. Deuce. Second serve as well for Aryna Sabalenka to look at. 31 minutes on the clock. Backhand return from her is pretty good. We're into the rally, but actually Sabalenka's dumped the backhand into the net from a fairly neutral position. Sabalenka did well on the return. It had a pretty low bounce, but Svitolina dealt well with that. Too well as far as Sabalenka was concerned, and maybe it came back a little bit quicker than she was anticipating, and she couldn't deal with the backhand. Ace, Elina Svitolina. 4-2, so she does hold. It might be her first ace of the match. No, second ace. Sabalenka's not hit an ace yet. But we've had 2 aces from Svitolina and 1 double fault. We've had neither aces nor double faults from Aryna, so that's a bit off-brand. Elina Svitolina's first serve in, though, is just beginning to dip a little bit, below 60%. She's going to have to get that back up because Aryna can eat her second serves for breakfast. Anyway, into the rally here with Sabalenka serving. Forehand to forehand. Now it's in the backhand of Aryna. There's a bit of a gap there, and Svitolina is not going to be able to chase that down. There is the Oracle data analyst, sorry. Shane Leonage. Of course, Shane has been on the show many times before. Do check out our interviews with Shane, talking about sports data analysis. Aryna just going long with that serve. Backhand return, forehand from Sabalenka. He's going to win at a point. Svitolina did well just to get a frame on that. 30 love. So out wide, forehand return, backhand from Sabalenka, backhand from Svitolina is not bad. And Sabalenka puts a forehand into the net. 30-15. Do get in the comments, by the way, in the live chat on YouTube. Let us know where in the world you're watching this from and who you think will win. Good serve from Sabalenka. But the return from Svitolina is long, 40-15. It was a good serve, and the return was almost exactly on the baseline. It must have been a close call, at least to the naked eye. That's how it appeared. 2 game points here for Aryna and a 5-2 lead. House Svitolina must be regretting those 2 break points she had in the opening game. She's had a third one since then as well. She's had 3 break points and not been able to take any of them. Wonderful return there. Look at that. See, look at that second serve that players just, I think, feel as though Aryna is a little more attackable in that area of her game. Something to note both for today, but also potentially the final for Pegula and Rybakina to be aware of. 40-30. Hi, Katrina. I hope I'm getting your name right. Katrina, are you in Ukraine? Make sure you hit the like button on this video and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the subscribe button, please. Deuce here because Svitolina has gone for the passing shot that Sabalenka can't deal with on the volley. And as a result, we've got deuce. I'm going to wait until the end of the first set for my second coffee of the day. Served down the tee, backhand return, forehand from Sabalenka. She comes into the net, does Aryna, but she's not going to have to worry about it. It was a tentative approach to the net from Sabalenka. Maybe it's because she was so sure of winning the point. Well, ultimately she did. Svitolina not able to get enough purchase on that passing shot to get it over the net. But actually, Sabalenka was some distance from the net. If she had have got it over the net, I think Sabalenka was done for. Anyway, game point, Aryna Sabalenka. Backhand return from Elina is long. 5-2. Sabalenka's one game away from a one-set advantage. Great, Katerina. More support here from Ukraine as well. You're welcome, Katerina. You're welcome. I have been to Ukraine. I've been to Donetsk. I've been to Kiev. And yeah, I was there for the football for the Euro 2012 tournament in 2012. I've also been there again in 2013 as well. So 5-2 here. Svitolina in a spot of bother in this first set. She's had 3 break points. Let's have a quick look at some of the stats, actually. I'm also going to share with you maybe 1 or 2 images from the match so far. Oh, I see. Sabalenka got a hindrance earlier. I missed that. Because of the length of her grunt. Okay, gotcha. My bad. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll be back someday for sure. Kiev is great. Went to a place called the Dockers Bar in Kiev. Watched some live music there. Good times. That was 2012, and there was a huge downpour of rain. We were watching a match on the big screen in the middle of Kiev. Yep. Okay, so let's put the scoreboard back up for you because Svitolina is serving here to stay in the set, and it's not started very well for Elina. It's love 15. Aryna forehand winner, love 30. Aryna Sabalenka is currently 2 points away from winning the first set. That's her 10th forehand winner, by the way. And let me tell you this, for the first couple of games, her forehand wasn't quite firing. A very concerned looking Gael Monfils there. As Elina puts a backhand into the net. Of course, Elina Svitolina has never been in a Grand Slam final. She's been in a few semis. 31 years old right now. Going to be turning 32 in September. Yeah, she's been in the semis. This is her first appearance in the semi-final in Australia, but she's been in 5 French Open quarterfinals and 2 Wimbledon semi-finals and a US Open semi-final. She's been close, but it's going to be 3 set points for Aryna Sabalenka. The return is good from Aryna. Forehand is good as well, but that's a decent forehand back from Svitolina, putting Sabalenka under pressure. She can't deal with the net too close to the baseline, at least in terms of that last shot. Putting the forehand into the net, 15-40. One of the set points has been saved, but there are 2 more to go. Okay. First serve is missed by some distance. Second serve. Run around forehand for Aryna. We're on the forehands for both players. Aryna loving her forehand today. Net cord goes the way of Elina Svitolina. Very lucky. She does hold her hand up and apologize for that. Sabalenka shakes her head. 30-40. Elina at least does apologize for that fortunate net cord. First serve is landing in this time from Elina. We're on the forehand, though, of Sabalenka, which often means danger, but we're into the rally right now. That was a little cautious there from Svitolina. Oh, but that backhand winner from Sabalenka was anything but cautious. And Aryna Sabalenka takes the first set by 6-2 as she edges closer to her 4th Australian Open final in a row. She's won 2 of the previous 3. She was very close to winning the 3rd last year against Madison Keys, but the American had other ideas. We will take a quick break, and then we'll be back with you for the second set.
Ready? Play.
And if you're wondering what this little thing is, well, let me tell you now, whether it be tea, coffee, or merely water, it tastes so much better from a talking tennis mug. And you know what? They can be yours if you wish to purchase one from our website. We've also got bags and stickers and hoodies and notebooks. Mira Andreeva. T-shirts as well, of course, coming in both black and white. And we've got a classic jumper for you as well, and many, many other things for you to purchase for excellent prices so you can look like some of the coolest people on the tour. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Happy with the umpire regarding the hindrance call for Sabalenka. That noise in the background, by the way, you hear is my coffee machine. Just trying to have a quick look at their head-to-head once again to see. I feel like they've played at a Grand Slam before. So it's 5-1 the head-to-head. Aryna here obviously threatening to make it 6-1. Just having a quick look at their previous encounters. Madrid, Cincinnati, Rome, French Open. Yeah, I thought maybe they played at the French Open in 23. Yeah, quarterfinals of the French Open in 2023. So this is their second Grand Slam meeting. We're already into the second set, by the way, and we can see that it is 15-all. Sabalenka serving first, having got the break to culminate the first set. So she served first at the beginning of the first and second set. Tiny advantage for Aryna that she has earned with those breaks. And my coffee should be just about ready. So apologies. I'm hopefully still within earshot. Plenty of foam on this one. That coffee will be served up. Talking of serving up, Sabalenka is serving something up here, 30-15. Although it does become 30-all. So a little bit of pressure here at the beginning of this second set on the Sabalenka serve. Remember that Svitolina was able to apply a little bit of a pressure to the Svitolina serve at the beginning of the match as well, when she had 2 break points. It's a great return there from Svitolina, by the way, to bring up 30-all. So can Svitolina get another break point? Yes, she can. Remember, she's not broken the Sabalenka serve thus far. That is the Australian cricketer, or former Australian cricketer. I think it's Ricky Ponting. Second serve here. Sabalenka, though, misses. Love one. Svitolina gets the break. So, first blood to Elina Svitolina in this second set. She tried to mount a comeback. She, of course, lost the first set. She had 3 break points in that first set and wasn't able to take any of them. But she took her first opportunity at the beginning of this second set. Sabalenka pointing to her head for some reason, not sure why. Okay. Do remember to hit that like button. And of course, if you haven't already done so, please hit subscribe. We are also on Instagram. And we have lots of tennis content on there that you won't want to miss out on. So give us a follow on Instagram too. Svitolina here, looking pretty comfortable on serve. As she looks to consolidate that break that she's just earned. It was excellent defense from her, by the way. That ultimately helped her win the point and unnerved Sabalenka, I think. No, 1, 2, 3. 40 love, Elina Svitolina. Backhand return into the backhand of Svitolina. Little net cord there. Another net cord going the way of Elina Svitolina. 2-love the Ukrainian lead, consolidating that break. Love Ukrainian lead. Thirty love here for Sabalenka. She looks to consolidate that break that she's just earned. It was excellent defense from her, by the way. Ultimately helped her win the point. unnerved Sabalenka. But Elina Svitolina in this second set tried to. So can Svitolina get serving up? Sabalenka serving first. We've cross-court winner there potentially. Oh, but she's missed the volley, Svitolina, and Sabalenka holds. A lot of support here for Elina, as you can see. 2-1. We will take a quick break.
Sabalenka for the trophy. Toss up, serve down, out wide. It's Alette. Anisimova bouncing around beyond the baseline. Sabalenka again puts a big serve in. The backhand return up the line. Anisimova just misses. And Aryna Sabalenka falls to her knees. Head in her hands. The world's largest tennis arena still belongs to Aryna. Sabalenka is a back-to-back U.S. Open champion.
Okay, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Roma Kibur. Wonderful for you to join us. Forehand cross-court to exchange right now as Elina Svitolina serving here at 2-1 with the break. And she's missed that backhand down the line. Just going to have a quick look at some of the stats from this encounter thus far. We've not seen an ace yet from Sabalenka. What other standout stats would I suggest? 22 winners off the racket of Aryna, certainly helping her win that first set where she struck 18 times in winning fashion. But it's been close. It's been close. Svitolina, 50% of her net points won. That'll be a slight disappointment for her. Anyway, 15 all here on the Elina serve. We're into the rally here, but that's going to be a 0.1 for Sabalenka. Svitolina on the defense couldn't deal with that. 15-30. So, a little bit of pressure here on the Elina serve. Good return there from Aryna. Too good, as it turns out. 15-40. Yeah, no love lost between these two. I don't think I need to go into too much of an explanation on that one. First serve down the tee is missed. Second serve here for Sabalenka to look at. Forehand return from her is into the forehand of Svitolina. They're going forehand to forehand right now. Svitolina defending, but she can't defend that backhand winner. And Sabalenka screams with delight as she gets this encounter back on serve. 2-all. Sabalenka might not have hit an ace yet, but she's playing very well. particularly in that first set. Okay. 2-all. Sabalenka serving here. Back on serve. Oh, that was an unusual return that Svitolina didn't deal with. It's into the net. A very content looking Aryna Sabalenka there, as you can imagine. But let's get that scoreboard up. And Sabalenka here looking good for a hold of serve as she races into a 40-love lead. Three game points here for Aryna Sabalenka. 57 minutes on the clock. Has the boost and the confidence that Svitolina must have had at the beginning of this set with that early break evaporated? Well, possibly. Second serve here on 40-love for Sabalenka. Where are you going with this? Backhand return is going to go long. We've got a hold for Aryna Sabalenka. This is just to let you know that make sure you stay tuned because we will also be bringing you the second women's semi-final today between Elina Rybakina and Jessica Pegula. Let me know in the live chat who you think will win this match here between Sabalenka and Svitolina, but also the encounter between Rybakina and Pegula. Who do you favor in that one? Who do you fancy to win? Lots of support here in the live chat for Elina Svitolina. That is for sure. Let's go, Elina. Lots of support, as I can tell you that right now. Let me know as well where in the world you are tuning in from. I'll try and share it on the screen as and when. Sabalenka here leading 6-2, 3-2. They are on serve in this second set, but I will remind you, of course, that there was the early break in this second set for Svitolina, but Sabalenka broke back, and now we are back on serve. Svitolina winning 47% of her second serve. Sabalenka returning really well with a lot of menace on that second serve from Svitolina that she's attacking. And she's now Sabalenka's hit 25 winners across 1.5 sets. Sabalenka has improved as this tournament has gone on. I would say she looked a bit shaky at times against Potapova, especially when returning the second serve. She got better against Mboko, and against Jovic for most of the match, she was sensational. Svitolina here to serve at 2-3 as the players return to the court, and Sabalenka has won the first point on the Svitolina serve. So it's love 15. Is the tide turning? 2-love, Svitolina was leading, but now Sabalenka's won 3 games in a row, 2 holds and a break. But Sabalenka goes long on the return there, 15-all. Aryna will be feeling much better about her chances right now, bearing in mind she was down a break. But now she's up a break. Sorry, she was down a break. Now they are back on serve, but she is up 3-2. Good forehand down the line there from Svitolina. 30-15. (136 kilometers an hour), that forehand down the line. Look at that, poetry in motion. Just missing that first serve, Elina. Second serve here. Remember, she's won less than 50% of her second serves today. Good return there from Sabalenka, explaining one of the reasons why she's not winning those second serves. But now we're into the rally on the forehands. Svitolina moving direction here, changing direction once again, but she's going to go long on the backhand. Svitolina, 30 all. Dubrov, the coach of Sabalenka, just giving a warm applause there for that one. And a clenched fist moment we see from Sabalenka. Maybe she senses the moment to seize it. She's a very experienced player at this level, but then again, though, so is Svitolina. It's the final that Svitolina's not made before at a Grand Slam. Svitolina misses the first serve here at 30 all. Second serve for Sabalenka to look at. Where are you going to go with this serve, Svitolina? Going down the tee. Backhand return from Aryna is pretty good. Low net clearance from both players as we're looking at slices now. Now it's on the forehand of Aryna, but she's misplaced that forehand. It's gone out. The slice there doing some damage for Svitolina on down the forehand side of Aryna Sabalenka. But normally you give Sabalenka a slice like that and a bit of time, and she normally deals with it pretty well. Anyway, 40-30. Game point here for Svitolina to make it 3 all. Backhand return into the backhand of Svitolina. Decent amount of depth there from Svitolina, giving her the chance to attack. But we're still in the rally and arguably at neutral right now. Oh, wonderful depth there from Svitolina. But she's missed the forehand as Elina, and she puts one hand on her face in dismay. She was getting excellent depth there. Look at that. But ultimately, she missed on the forehand as she just tried to pick it up further. She can't believe it. Deuce. Another big game in the destiny of this match. Second serve as well. That looked like a tired first serve from Elina. We creep past the hour mark for this semi-final. And it's a double fault. The nature of the first serve from Elina did not bode well regarding the second serve. Let's say that. We have a break point now for Aryna Sabalenka. Big moment in the match. Sabalenka has let break advantages lose, go. Whoa, hang on a second. What's going to happen on this point? She's up in the point, Sabalenka. She breaks, backhand down the line. It was all about the return. Svitolina, a nervy serve from her, understandably after the double fault. And Sabalenka now leads 6-2, 4-2. That left clenched fist, we've seen that millions of times before, and none more so than in Melbourne. Look, they're all clenched fists there in her box, including her boyfriend, her hitting partner, her fitness guy, Jason Stacey, and her coach, Dubrov. Decent return there from Svitolina, but she's on the slice now. Forehand from Sabalenka. That's the second time Svitolina sliced to the forehand of Sabalenka, and Sabalenka hasn't dealt with it. I'm not necessarily sure that was a tactic from Svitolina. It just felt natural at the time. 26 winners off the racket of Aryna Sabalenka, and that 26th winner was the one that got the break. Okay, love 15 here on the Sabalenka serve. It's now 15-30. So a little bit of pressure here for Aryna to deal with as Svitolina seeks to strike back. We've had 3 breaks of serve from the 6 service games in this second set. Crucially, Aryna's had 2 of them. I thought there was a chance to not necessarily attack that last one, Svitolina, but I thought you could at least maybe get it back to neutral. In the end, she went for the defensive slice on the forehand side as she chased that ball down. She would argue, listen, John, I was on the stretch and couldn't get there much better and couldn't get much purchase on it in terms of trying to go for some sort of semi-attacking shot. I just thought that she was there in good time. But anyway. Sabalenka misses the first serve. Second serve here for Aryna Sabalenka. Break points, Svitolina. Dealt well. With that second serve. Excellent return winner there for Elina Svitolina. That second serve from Aryna Sabalenka is attackable. Maybe she's just taking a little more cautiously. Serve down the tee. Forehand to forehand right now. Forehand up the line from Aryna is just too good. And on a pressure point, that was a huge forehand winner down the line for her. Deuce. Her coach, Jason Stacey, again having some writing on his face. I don't know, it's funny. Oh, deuce here. Oh, it was nearly an excellent return. But nearly, but not. 10-9 in the evening in Melbourne. 10-11 in the morning in Germany. 10-10 if you're in the UK. Cowboy time. Why is 10-10 cowboy time? Because 10-10 to 10-10-10, 10-10 to 10. All right, John, stop. Backhand return from Svitolina is not going to be good enough. And her breakpoint conversion today does not sound great if you are an Elina Svitolina fan. Breakpoint's 1. I think it's 1 from 5. The Aussie Open website says 1 from 4, but I'm pretty sure it's 1 from 5. I don't know what Google is saying. It says 1 from 4 as well, but they might be taking their info from the Aussie Open website. So, Sabalenka leads 6-2, 5-2. A long, long way back now for Elina Svitolina in this one. Remember, we'll be having Elena Rybakina against Jessica Pegula coming up at the conclusion of this encounter, which, of course, could be any moment. So do stay tuned. Do hit the like button and also, of course, subscribe to the channel. If you are new. Indeed, Sabalenka is indeed right now crushing her. But it is 30 love here on the Svitolina serve. Where are you going to go with this serve? You're going down the tee, backhand return. Svitolina on top here. Nice amount of spin on that volley, which I think ultimately deceived Sabalenka enough for her to put the forehand into the net. It is just one break of serve, of course, at the moment. And Svitolina has 3 game points to make it 5-3. But the end may well be nigh. First serve clips the net, but lands in. So it's another first serve here for Svitolina. Second serve. Double fault. Double fault from Svitolina. Her 3rd double fault of this match. Still 2 game points in the bag. But it's going to be another second serve here. 1 hour and 12 minutes on the clock on Rod Laver Arena. Approaching 9 p.m. local time. Run around forehand return. Backhand from Aryna Sabalenka down the center of the court, which is a backhand that she enjoys, and I think she gets a lot of purchase on, but also a lot of benefit from too, in terms of how her opponents can't quite deal with the flat backhand down the court that she strikes. Seems to just skim off the surface. First serve lands in finally for Svitolina, and it's a huge one because it ends up bringing up an error from Sabalenka on the return as she goes long just by a couple of centimeters. And Sabalenka will serve for the match. 5 consecutive Aussie Open semi-finals. Final. John, get it right. Get the moment right. Come on. Sabalenka's going to be hoping she gets the moment right. Few cheers from the crowd. Come on, Arenas, I hear, but it might have been an Elina for that matter. Okay, Sabalenka to serve here. 6-2, 5-3, serving for a spot in the Australian Open final. This is the first serve. Second serve here for Elina Svitolina to look at as she seeks to get back on serve in this second set. Backhand return from her is going to go long. She jumps up in the air in anguish. Anything but joy. It's a good kick on that serve from Sabalenka. It did bounce a bit higher than maybe Elina anticipated. Anyway, 15-love. Sabalenka 3 points away from her 4th consecutive Australian Open final. Sabalenka serve. Clips the net. Comes back on her own side. So it's a second serve here for Svitolina to look at. A little bit more cautious this time on her return position. Maybe wary of that kick that we saw for the previous point. Backhand return. He's going to go long again. 2 serves to the backhand. 2 nasty bounces that Svitolina couldn't keep on the island. And it's 30-love as Sabalenka inches closer and closer to the promised land. 30-love. Sabalenka serving. Down the tee, also into the backhand again. It's a first serve, which is great news for her. Is this going to land in? Yes, it is. We're back to neutral. Oh, and Sabalenka inexplicably dumps that forehand long by some margin as she looks to the heavens. It was a defensive sort of forehand, almost a moonball from Sabalenka, which she rarely hits. As we see backstage, Rybakina and Pegula warming up ahead of their semi-final. What a showdown that is set to be. 30-15. Sabalenka first serve down the tee. unreturned. Maybe Svitolina was expecting it to go to the backhand. Maybe caught her by surprise. It's 40-15, 2 match points for Aryna Sabalenka. As the umpire calls for calm, Sabalenka serves into the forehand. Decent return, but what a good forehand that is from Sabalenka. She's on the attack. She should put this away. She does put it away with a forehand. Aryna Sabalenka wins by 2 sets to love. There, of course, is a handshake for the umpire, but there is no handshake, of course, between the two players. As I said before, no love lost between these two. For reasons that we can go into another time. But listen, Aryna Sabalenka wins 6-2, 6-3 after an hour and 16 minutes. Sabalenka books her spot in yet another Australian Open semi-final. Just over an hour and a quarter for this particular encounter. Make sure you hit that like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new, as I just talk you through how the match panned out. Well, we had 2 break points for Elina Svitolina at the beginning of this match. 15-40 as Sabalenka struggled to get going in that first game. Even the forehand was not firing. That would soon change, of course. But Svitolina had 2 breakpoint opportunities, but wasn't able to take either. And she would live to regret that. Oh, look at this. There is a warning on the screen, by the way. Good spot here from the first serve. Just saying there will be no handshake between the two players. We appreciate your respect for both athletes during and following the match. Thank you to the first serve for that update. But I think we kind of knew that would be happening, but still intriguing that it would be posted on the screen. Yeah, so that was the beginning of the match, and she was going to get another breakpoint opportunity in that first set, but she wasn't able to take it, Svitolina, and therein turned out to be the match as Sabalenka broke twice in that first set in crucial fashion. It's a 4th, of course, Australian Open final in a row for Aryna Sabalenka, as she has become unerringly consistent in Melbourne, but also across the other Grand Slams, where she's just constantly making quarterfinals and semi-finals. Well, here in Australia, she's also fairly constantly making finals. As far as the second set was concerned, Svitolina broke early, consolidated as well, got to 2-love, but then there was a spell of 4 games in a row. And by the way, I just want to highlight the number of winners off the racket of Aryna Sabalenka today. Bearing in mind, an hour and 16 minutes, 2 sets, and she hit today 29 winners to Svitolina's 12. That felt huge. There was a few unforced errors in that opening couple of games from Aryna, but from that moment onwards, she did not look back. Elina just couldn't deal with it, as very few people can on a hard court in particular, and especially in Melbourne, where Aryna Sabalenka has lost once since 2022. Of course, that one loss came to Madison Keys. So she's on a run of, let's go, 28-7, 26-1. 26 matches, one loss, stretching back to 2022. That is Aryna Sabalenka. That is Rod Laver. That is Melbourne in particular. And it was just too much for Svitolina today, as I say, as it has been for so many of Aryna Sabalenka's. Thank you for joining, and make sure you join us for the upcoming encounter between Jessica Pegula and Elina Svitolina. No, Jessica Pegula and Elina Svitolina.
Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice, actually. I'm just talking at you, if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of home page, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month, £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win-win-win-win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference, Coco Gauff exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid, but these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.